Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Jeff Hockman. Today's topic is how I used my medical preps, 3 times this year. And remember, being prepared isn't just for the apocalypse, it's for everyday life. Number 1, liquid skin bandage. Right on my wrist here, right after Christmas, I was cutting up boxes and I knew better and I had the blade towards me and I thought, stop. And right when I did, it went through the tape that I was cutting through the cardboard and it went straight into my bone. Luckily it went straight in and didn't cut at all, but it went right in between my main artery and the main nerve. I still have a little bit of problems with my thumb on the phone, but it tingled for about a week, everything, and man, I'm telling you, it was close. I cleaned it with vinegar and alcohol, and I usually have colloidal silver with me as well. Hurts like the dickens, but I want to make sure it was clean before I put that the glue over top. And luckily, man, I'm telling you, that was so close. I don't have health insurance right now. I'm in between. I lost my health insurance about a year ago, and man, I'm playing with fire right now. I've had some heart stuff too that was emergency stuff, so I'm working on getting that stuff going. Number 2, antibiotics. About 2 weeks ago, I went on a trip for work and went on the USS Yorktown. And my son, who is joining the Navy this fall, he will be stationed down there going to school for nuclear engineering. I'm very proud of you, Silas. The ship, I was on there for a few days, and there was something in there that it didn't like. Who knows? It's from World War II all the way through Vietnam era. Decommissioned now, it's a museum, but there was something in there, man. My head just went. You can hear it still, and that was 2.5 weeks ago. Well, it went into my chest and I started having colored stuff in my chest, and it hurt too. So I'm like, okay, it's time for the antibiotics. Fish antibiotics. Again, I'm not telling you to do anything you want, but I gotta find the book. I thought it wasn't behind me, but it's in storage somewhere right now. He goes through and just proves that what's in here is what you get at the pharmacy for your person, and I bet you it's probably 30% the cost, and I don't need a doctor. Now you need to know what you're doing, and you need to know what should be doing. So, I mean, this is not medical advice whatsoever. It's just what I did, and you can get this stuff online. Certain places that you can go get this stuff, which is where I traveled with this stuff years ago in 2020. I was in Dallas, going out of town every 2 weeks, going there for a job that I was doing. It was 2020, towards the end of it, when the second cycle of the C word was going around. And of course, I didn't get the jab. And I went to Walmart. I shouldn't have done that, to go get some stuff to help me with the cold. But my throat was really hurting bad. And every single urgent care resident couldn't see him because it was just going through all of Dallas. So I tried to go to the other place. And I went to like 4 of them. They were all out of these antibiotics. So I just made a last minute decision and just flew home. And by the next day, my throat, I was swallowing glass. And I went to the doctors, and I guess because I was fighting that for a few days, that the doctor said that I'd gotten the C word as well. And then they gave me prescription for this. So after that, I made sure I got this and I traveled with it to at least give me a head start on it. Number 3, alcohol. I would assume that most people have alcohol in their closets of their bathroom. Back in the day it was mercurochrome, and it's like, I mean, I would hope everybody has it. Sometimes it's an emergency, sometimes it's just like using it to clean the wound. I mean, you're going to use that stuff all the time. And you know what? In an emergency situation, it can also be used for fuel. Back in the C word times, my neighbors were all freaking out because they didn't have hand sanitizer. You couldn't buy it anywhere. It was out, I guess, right next to the toilet paper. And they were like freaking out on the front porch, going, where do we get it? Where do we get it? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And like, well, we want to make our own hand sanitizer, but we don't have any alcohol. I'm like, you don't have any alcohol? And they're like, no. I'm like, I'll be right back. I came back with 4 bottles of isopropyl alcohol, and they're like, where'd you get this? I'm like, have you guys not been listening to me for the last 10 years when I've been telling you to prepare? Just make sure I get some of the hand sanitizer come back. By the way, a side note, you should also have If you don't have isopropyl or rubbing alcohol, have the other alcohol. Have some vodka or some grain alcohol or moonshine or whatever, something that has a really high alcohol rate for medicinal purposes, and or all of this also can be in shit hits the fan for trading, bartering purposes as well. And as a bonus prep, which I used in all three of these scenarios, is rubber gloves. And by the way, number 1 was probably almost ready to use number 4, which is a tourniquet. Thank goodness I didn't have to use that, but everybody should have a tourniquet at their house, and it should be someplace where everybody can easily access it. You know, in the moment of just seeing blood gushing, spraying everywhere, if I would have hit that, I don't know if I would have had the wherewithal to say, hey, go get my tourniquet and this is where it is. First of all, she should know where it is beforehand, and you know, it's on the bottom shelf, in the medical box, in the garage. I should have said, just get the tourniquet, and she, you know, boom, go get it. Close by. It needs to be in the bathroom, right where she knows where it's at, so she can get it, or somebody else can get it. Everybody needs to know where that is, just like the fire extinguisher. Well, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and please leave a comment. It also helps, or hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm, and it also helps me with getting paid. It motivates me, seeing that people are enjoying what I'm doing, and it, you know, motivates me to keep doing more videos like this, because, you know, this is so important. This information that I've been collecting for the last 20 years for myself, you know, it's just like, before I start forgetting it all, I need to share it. It's really, I feel like it's my calling to share the knowledge that I've collected all these years of being prepared. And, you know, for the coming storms, we all need to remember, learn, equip, prepare. It's coming.